recipient is someone it's hard for me to know where to start. Someone who I think most everybody in this room knows, and that's Clarence Smith, who is a lecturer emeritus from this department. And let me tell you a little bit about his background, which you may not know. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering from NC State in 1969, and then his Master of Science degree in 1983. He began his career as a staff engineer, industrial engineer with Goodyear Tire and Rubber. That was in Charlotte? No, Fayetteville. And then he returned to NC State in 1978, and he was the first ISE extension specialist. He joined this department full-time in 1984, and was the first ever assistant department head, and in fact was the assistant department head when I came in 2007. In this capacity, I had the great pleasure of working with Zeke on many things, as he would probably tell you, broke me in quite a bit during that time. And he held that position until his retirement in 2010. During his tenure, he advised over 4,000 undergraduates in this program, or about 80% of all students who had received a BSIE degree since its inception in 1931 to that point in time. Truly a remarkable feat. NC State University recognized him with the NC State Outstanding Extension Award in 1984. He also was a recipient of the C.A. Anderson Award in 1980 for his outstanding work with students, and was named an Alumni Association Distinguished Undergraduate Professor in 1985. I believe he probably derived the most satisfaction from his advising and mentoring activities of all the students that have come through this department, and he was named the college's Outstanding Advisor in 1990, 1996, and 2006, and received the NC State Outstanding Faculty Advising Award in 2005. And I know that these are awards that he certainly has cherished over his career. He is a fellow of the Institute of Industrial Engineers, inducted in 2005, and has also done quite a bit of public service. He's served on the state of North Carolina as a member of the Board of Refrigeration for many, many years. And I'm sure that many of his friends who are here today will join me in welcoming Clarence back to the stage.
Wow, this is awesome. I want to congratulate the other winners. I might be the only person here who knows each and every one of you, because I've known you for many years. But I've watched your careers. I know that you've been outstanding ambassadors for the ISE department, and I congratulate you on your achievements. And I'm honored to be in the class of 2014. I want to thank the ISE faculty for recognizing me with this award. I feel very honored, and I feel very proud. We've heard many terms today, like distinguished and outstanding and honored. The word that I want to talk about is blessed. That's the word that I keep hearing in my ears ever since I got a phone call that said that today was going to happen. The blessings that I'm going to talk about have a lot to do with this. God could have picked any couple on earth to be my parents. And he picked Nell and Clarence Smith from North Carolina, and I was truly blessed. They taught me and my younger sister to, in front of ourselves, always put God first and others second. Even when the others included Duke, Carolina, and VCU Valley. That was tough. While neither of my parents got the opportunity to go to college, they wanted it for me. In 1965, they remortgaged the house to generate the bulk of the money to send me to college. Now, in 1965, if you remortgaged the house, that meant you were in some kind of financial difficulty. And they weren't sending me to school. But as loving parents that they were, they did it. They blessed me by sending me to NC State. Now, I know many of you were born elsewhere, but I was blessed to be born in the state of North Carolina. For one thing, we know that barbecue is a noun and not a verb. It also happens that North Carolina just happens to have a wonderful state-supported university with a world-class College of Engineering. Can I get an amen from that people there? This university and eventually the ISE department blessed me by accepting me as a student. They did not accept me because of my grades. The blessing that I received from ISE by taking me on, though, really provided great motivation for me while I was a student here. I can tell you that as I entered my sophomore year in IE, there were 60 of us in my cohort. And on our graduation day, there were 21 of us. And I was blessed to be one of the 21. My first job out of school was with Goodyear. And I was blessed to get to go to a new plant. And in the 8 years that I worked there, I got to work on every aspect of industrial engineering. Covered the gamut. Stuff I learned in school was true. It worked. And I thought at the end of my time there when I left that I was really well-grounded as an IE. Bill Smith and Ralph Faden really changed my life, though, when they offered me the opportunity to come back to NC State. Work in the ISE department, and a job that I've always called my dream job. Teaching undergraduates, advising students, working in a department during a period of time that I believe was the most exciting in its 80-plus year history. I know Tom Hodgson isn't here, but Tom Hodgson blessed me in a big way. He's the department head who in 1983 decided that academic advising for our undergraduates would be focused by the responsibility of one faculty member, and that was going to be me. I loved it. Even 2 years later, when our undergraduate enrollment went to 535, I still loved it. Now, this gave me the opportunity to work with students hand in hand. Generally speaking, they were in good health. They were having the best time of their lives. They were optimistic about their futures. And they were willing to share their hopes and dreams with me. What a blessing. One special feature of getting to know so many of our students pretty well was that I found out a lot about their home life, where they live, the best places to get good food like hamburgers and pizza, the high school rivalries, the traditions and customs of that area. What that did was it allowed me to literally travel the state and never leave my office. What a blessing. I call those trips down memory lane gifts from God. Department head Steve Roberts blessed me as well when he set in place a plan to enhance our departmental graduation experience with a more personal touch and asked me to take the lead. I loved it. I knew the students well. I could at least threaten them with made-up stories to tell their parents, like how I posted bail to get them out of the Wake County jail one. By the way, I never had to do that. I never had to use that as reason for them to turn it. I'll talk about the jail experience, but anyway. And I really believe that ISE put on the best graduation exercise in NC State. There's so many more blessings that I could talk about. My daughter graduated with her master's in IT program. My stepson, after wandering around in the wilderness called UNC Chapel Hill for 4 years, completed his master's in MC. And one last blessing, I got anointed as the Raleigh Dad by former student Amy Freeman. Now Amy Reamer, who is on the NC State faculty. And even though she and her husband Daniel have 2 beautiful growing boys, I still claim you as a tax deduction. My life and the lives of my family have been flavored and enriched tremendously by NC State. Folks, I believe that there are many beautiful things in this world that are never seen or touched. They are felt by the heart. And I can't tell you how beautiful it is to see what I see and to feel what I feel. Wow, this is awesome. Thank you.